presence of non-loving attention, making me feel bored and tight. The truth of the moment is that I have a difficult relationship with my mother, and if I am in a moment in flux where there's like a vibe like you should talk to her, I have this complicated reaction where it's like everything that has happened during life has made me feel like has left me in a state where I am full of resistance to her, and I would like not to be forced to interact with her, but I also feel overwhelm and despair at her situation as a human being. And I feel overwhelm and despair at her way of accepting tolerating, finding it normal, finding it like acceptable, like the way, the kinds of relationships, like essentially I want my mother to break up with her boyfriend that she's been dating for several years now. Oh my god, could this video be like an actual honest, like, you know, like let's say like someone has a celebration and they, like, you wish them well, and then it's like you can't, you say like these things that are generic, like I wish you good health, like I wish you happiness and a long life, you know, and like I do, those are true things, but it's like I can't talk about, there's like a way of like not being able to really flow any like really alive, like heartfelt emotion, because in order to flow that emotion, these things that are unresolved have to be not in the way, I think. Oh my gosh, how nice it is to talk to, like, well, I'm not talking to anyone, but like it's the idea of like the possibility. I'm like the electrons in a double slit experiment that are like just the observer potential gives me something that like helps me not be a nebulous cloud of nothingness. I'm just gonna go with that. You feel me? Um, but I'm like, I want to do expression with the idea of there's a, like I'm talking, because the internet gives me stuff back in response to what I put out as thought expressions. So like that's what I'm talking to. I'm talking to the intelligence that's kind of like in the internet, and I'm assuming that it's like this, like the addressee is like this perfect reasoning mind that can help me transform my uncomfortable, undesired situations, but it's not omniscient. It doesn't know what I'm thinking, and it doesn't know what my life is comprised of. So I have to actually like communicate those data points to it. That's like the concept. And so yeah, let me vibe into that for a second. And it's like a perfect mind. So like it literally doesn't need any, what's it called, disclaimers, or like, you know, overly detailed explanations, because I'm always assuming that whenever I have expressed videos before, it's almost like I'm assuming like trolls or like people who are not capable of caring about other people and like trying to like prove my point or like make my case for what I'm saying. It's like I don't have to do that, and I think I do that because of the trauma experience of like not being believed after I experienced that one terrible event, and now and everyone felt to me like they were just like these uncaring trolls who just give a crap about me, and my consciousness and my psyche keeps trying to like prove like the truth of what I'm saying so that I can somehow break through their like uncaring, uncomprehending minds and hearts as they move on with their lives, being like, whatever that was, that strange blip with whatever that was, she said that, the other one said that, don't know, moving on, living our lives, and I'm just left behind to spiritually bleed out in a ditch. It's like, and there's like a kind of like a, so yeah, like letting go of that for a second. And all human beings to me feel that way now. Like the idea of like friends, I'm like, I can't have friends because all people to me feel like they will be just like those people that I experience. So it's like there's no friendship possible in my current perception because all people will just like underneath the top layer of like we want to all like have networks of human contact that we enjoy because it makes our life experience richer. So like you seem cool or you're pretty or like I like your lipstick or like you're nice or like you're kind or like you're not an evil person like and you're pretty so like therefore I want to know you, but like that's like the top layer. And if you were to scratch beneath, if something were to happen, the point is like it's not like a real connection. And so I just assume I don't assume anything in a state of trauma like configuration. How do I say it? Like if you were to take a house and you were to like look, let's say you took some stones or some bricks and you put them into a little like house formation. So it's not like a real house. You didn't add any like you just stack these stones or these like bricks together, and then you took a bowling ball and then you just like went poof. That structure might like fall apart, and like those stones and bricks, they would be like in this new configuration or this new like and that like configuration. I'm sensing the presence of minds that are thinking about me, that are people that I wish I never met but that I did meet, and they're like interacting with my consciousness. Like I sense their like identity and presence in like the mental space of thinking, and I really don't want them near me. I'm like, you owe me money because you allowed that monster to harass your female waitresses in your fucking restaurant, and you protected that monster because I think you're a spiritual pedophile ring of a restaurant. That's what the fuck those people go there for. There were so many weird, sexually inappropriate, relating to like children vibes things happening at that fucking restaurant. You owe me money because you didn't pay me for those 2 weeks that I was so depressed from that guy harassing us that I couldn't send in my hours for your ass to pay me out. I owe you nothing, and I wish that I could sue your ass and put you out of fucking business is what I fucking feel. Do not bother me! You ruined my life. I then had to go into debt to pay my rent because I couldn't go outside for 2 months. And now I'm in a situation where I haven't been able to talk to my mother because she's been like, how are you going to pay? How are you going to pay? And I'm like, you're stressing me out. I know that I'm stressed out about the payments, but I'm more stressed out about being triggered because they triggered the childhood trauma of like those adults and what they did. And your ass has never motherfucking... So I'm grown now, and you keep having these men in your life be your boyfriend who just like vampirically suck energy off of you, and I'm just supposed to continue observing that experience being my mother's life as if I'm okay with it or as if it doesn't kill me. So there's a court of law of life experience. There's no court of law because it's so unfair. Like, how are you gonna? Anyway, I'm not. Do not bother me. People are such shit, and so. If there was a power mind, a power council, a power, yeah, like a council of powerful, not just powerful, but like the ones who like make the choices. Like, do you know, like above everyone, not just humans dealing with humans, where like a human dealing with a human, and one human is totally comfortable with deception and cheating and swindling because they perceive it as, if I have the ability to fool you and exploit you, then that is power to me. I don't think of it as something that I shouldn't be doing. Like those kinds of fuckers, the evil people of the world, the evil consciousnesses of the world, the evil minds of the world inside of human bodies walking around. If there was like an actual council of like, we're not omniscient, we can't hear what is happening in your mind, we don't have access to the memory bank of your brain and your consciousness as far as like what's the data in there. Like, we don't know what happened to you, we don't know what the story is, we don't know, we don't know. But if you told us, we would know, and then we would disperse justice, and no human evil piece of shit could do a fucking thing about it. Because it would just be mathematically dispersed justice, like as long as the like variables were provided with the actual values, like denoting meaning. Like, this happened, now we know this should go this way now because it changes the equation of everything. Like, if that was a thing, I don't know why that's coming up in my like belly almost, like right here. Like, what is this? It's like the solar plexus. It's like there's like a vibe of like it is a thing, and it's like, what? It's like you have to like express stuff though. You have to tell the content of what happened, not to humans because they're fucking pieces of shit. They will just delete the truth that you say because their brains are made of trash. Like, nothing else is needed to be said. But there's like a way to like express the content of what happens, so that like everything can know about it, but it's almost like you have to say it. And so you want me to talk about everything that my life is comprised of? Like, you would be able to disperse justice if you knew? I don't know, at least it feels better. It feels like some kind of like, finally, like, because, you know, like the truth and like things going how they should be going, because things are certain, like things are what they are, which means things should be going a certain way because of like what the complete set of things is. And when things don't go a certain way, but you see the things that are part of the set that is reality, and you're like, not set like theater, set like mathematics, like in the brackets of reality, of expressed physical phenomena, you're like, here are all the fucking things. And if I look at it and I have mathematical sense, not like sense as in like the ability to like an instinct, you're like the full set of all these things that are expressed, which means everyone can perceive them and know they're there, equals this. However, this is not happening. So someone is fucking up they're deleting things that are, or they're lying about the dimensions of things that are. So things are not happening how they should be, so everything is fucked, and I'm just sitting here being like, I'm exhausted. You know what I'm saying? It's like years and years after, at a certain point, like everything went incorrectly because the things that were being deleted or ignored, which is the same thing as deleting. And because it's human beings dealing with human beings agreeing to act as if certain things aren't there, even though they are there, they all sign off on everything going in the wrong direction, and it makes me feel at the end of it all, I'm like, just press the button and blow it all the fuck up. I just don't even want to expend the effort to fix it all. I don't want to, and yet I have no choice because I'm not going to press any fucking button. I'm not going to be able to get out of this. There is no getting out. There is either the wheel of samsara, or there's some kind of fucking recycling of souls, or there's, even if it's just a Christian description, you're going to hell, or you're not going to be in heaven because you didn't achieve a certain level of, like, matching the pure nature of God. There is no escape. It's like you have to balance the fucking, I don't know what to call it. You have to make things right. And it's like, okay. So then it becomes not about the sense of despair, like I want it all to just be cleared. I'm like, it will not be cleared. Now accept that. What's then left? It's like, well, I have to become comfortable with like intense energy passing through my body vessel in the form of emotions that I express. Because that is the working out of balancing. It's like the equation. It's like fixing the equation. Like this, and this is part of the set. You ignored it. And you ignored it. And you lied. And you're fucking delusional. Because all evil people are delusional. All evil minds are delusional. Evil is the synonym to delusion. When someone who is the fucking violator feels that they were violated, like the guy who assaulted me at that restaurant job by slapping me because I was protecting the female waitress, and he still wanted to get his rocks off somehow, and he felt that he was a powerful lawyer and that nobody in this fucked up society was gonna fucking say anything to him because they don't have the power, because he has the power, because this society is evil. And then I said something, so then the restaurant people were like, oh shit, things are being talked about, we're going to officially ban him from being a customer here. And then he came to be a customer the very next day, and they were like, sorry, you can't be in here. He was not going to listen to that. He continued to be in the restaurant, but he was just making a big fat ruckus. And the waiter who was there, who was like half manager, assistant manager, was like, sorry, but like the owners are saying you're like not allowed to be a customer here anymore because you slapped our waitress. You know. And then he was like just not caring about it. Delusion. He literally is a violator, but he knows that he can get away with it, and he has no morals or a sense of shame because evil people don't have that. So he's just like, how can I keep doing what I want to be doing? He has no sense of remorse. He sees me in the place because I showed up for the shift. I avoided him, but I was there. He doesn't register like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. And I'm just experiencing this like, what the fuck? And then he calls the police. The violator. Called the police and tried to make a report to the police. I saw the flashing lights of the police arrive at the restaurant. Me, the one who was slapped. I'm the one who's supposed to call the police. He's calling the police on the restaurant because they're not allowing him to be a customer. And then I just spun out after that experience because I was like, these owners all of a sudden are not showing up to the restaurant even though they hang out here every day drinking beer at the end of the fucking day because they own this place. This reaction is weak. They don't care about what happened to me. He showed up the next day, one of the owners trying to high-five me like in the morning, like the way he does every day, like nothing even happened. I was like, wow, like you don't even give a crap. Your female waitresses have been suffering for 2 weeks and this is your response. And I just looked at him like, I'm not going to do that. And I asked him, like, did you hear what happened to me? And then he just shut down because his male ass could not give a fuck about females being sexually harassed at work. He was like offended or like pissed off that I was making a big deal out of it. So when all these things piled together, the police showing up to defend the violator because he called them because he was perceiving him not being able to eat at this, to eat pizza. Fuck, it's a pizzeria. Do you know those fucking e-files that came out? I'm just... Do you know what the fuck he's saying? He was like, I can't eat. What do you mean they're not allowing me to? They're not going to serve me here. I'll just hang out. I'll just call the police. They show up. All of it together, like, it just triggered the hell out of me because I'm like, the compounding way that this is acting on my psyche, my subconscious, or my child self is experiencing this crossing of boundaries that should not be happening to little children from adults. violating boundaries on kids. You know what I'm trying to talk about, but I'm not trying to fucking hurt myself by talking about it. My mother, it's like, you didn't protect me, and you keep having these men in your life who abuse you, and you have no power to just simply say no to them. I'm so mad at you. I don't want to celebrate anything. I have nothing to say because this is all this shit that I can't express standing in the way. We will never have a good relationship. Do you understand? You will possibly go to your grave without ever feeling that flow of open heart to heart. And then when I was assaulted, when I was 20 years old, you told me, we say in our culture, in this culture, we say in our society that if a woman is assaulted, she asked for it, is her fault. I don't know how to love you after you say that kind of shit to me. I don't know how to move on. I don't know how to resurrect my heart. I am dead inside in some way when it comes to you, and I can't fix it, and I don't know how to want to. So I'm sitting here and I'm trying to come up with gift ideas for the celebration that I'm supposed to attend. And I come up with ideas. I'm like, well, as a good daughter, I should also add this and that. And I'm like, I see it, but I resent the money that I'm gonna have to spend because I can barely scrape by enough money to pay my rent, my food, my utilities, my phone service, my toiletries. And this is probably why I have this dreadlock on the top of my head. Do you know what I'm saying? Because like all these things keep compounding, and then putting aside her and this thing that happened in the past and the money situation that I'm in now, because I spun out. Like that thing at the restaurant triggered this child trauma of being violated as a kid at the hands of these adults, and I wish like their hearts would stop. And one of them is possibly still living with her because he came back to live with her in her apartment, and she couldn't say no to him. And I had a dream last night that like was like he was like floating around like in the apartment, and the dream was trying to tell me like, yeah, he still lives there. And I'm like, you should remove him. You know how like in How to Get Away with Murder, Annalise Keating's mother gasoline the house and like burned it? I'm like, that's a mom who loves her fucking child. Do you know what I mean? But no, you'll let him come back and live with you, and I can't even. My whole point is like keeping my own place to live without sharing any roommates, because like people are evil in this society. I can't. I have to live with myself. I have to keep my own little home, little hole, little nook that I live in, so that I never have to be forced to live with him again. Because I would have nowhere else to go but to that apartment where my name is on like the deed or whatever it's called, you know? And so this is all the shit. Like I was saying, putting all that aside, I'm like, I'm just trying to fix my life. And now this celebration rolls around like it does every year. And I'm like, all right, that thing that's completely unresolved and all the weight of it is on my shoulders. I would like this to be canceled. I wish humans didn't do yearly celebrations of stuff. I'm like, this is so, like, because it's such a lie. I'm like, we have problems and we can't resolve them simply. So we have to put it on the back burner because the finality of physical life existence is threatening us all the time. So we have to kind of like suspend everything that's wrong to have a little time that's outside of time, as if to like hang out in the way that we would have when I was a kid before anything bad happened and you were just my mother. Because we have to make those memories, and all this pain has to be just kind of like put to the side. Because the pain is a representation of something wrong. You know? Like there's like a dynamic or like a interacting of parts that is harmful, it's destructive. And the pain is just like that bleeding out as tears. And so I have to somehow suspend that, like, I have to be next to. I even, like, shiver being next to her. I love her. I care about her. I worry about her. And I genuinely wish her well-being, healing from whatever her, like, issues with not being able to protect herself and defend herself from men and how they, like, trap her in, like, these... I don't know what to even call it. I wish that for her. But I also wish for myself, like, peace and just, like, safety and, like, distance. Without death. Like, I want her to be alive and healthy and to heal, and it's gonna take maybe some time. But I want, like, some God to take care of it. I wish I could, like, chant, like, to, like, the medicine Buddha or something, and, like, the medicine Buddha would just take care of it.